Hello, this video is going to be on section 1-3 in geometry, and it is called measuring and constructing angles. So let's look at a couple things first with an angle. Let's look at how to define them. So this is section 1-3, and let's draw us an angle here. An angle is two rays connected by an endpoint. So that's how we define an angle. Two rays connected by an endpoint. The endpoint happens to be called the vertex. And then the inside angle in here we call the interior angle. And then the outside, which on this one would be real big, would be this whole outside angle. It would look like the Pac-Man, right? Here's the mouth. The big part would be the outside. That's called an exterior angle. Sometimes that's kind of overlooked, but we do have exterior angles that sometimes we want to talk about. And let's see, how would we name this? So let's say we had a point here called A, our vertex we called B, and we had a point over here called C. How could we tell somebody else that we are looking at this angle? We would say ABC or CBA is how we would label that. And we label that with this little symbol that looks like the side of an angle. And we would say angle ABC. Oops, I said that wrong. Yeah, no, ABC. And then, or we could say it as angle CBA, or if there was a number in here, we could label it angle 1. So that's one way. And that's just defining that angle. What if I wanted to talk about the measure of this angle? So let's say this angle here is 40 degrees. I don't know what it is. So if it was 40 degrees, the way we would say that is the measure of angle 1 equals 40 degrees. You would use a little m to represent measure of that angle. Okay, so those are kind of how you define them. Then we have different types of angles. And the different types of angles, the first one is acute. And an acute angle, right, it's cute and little. So it goes between 0 and 90. So between 0 degrees and 90 degrees. You're not at 0 or you wouldn't be any angle. And you're not at 90 because you'd be a right angle. So that's my next one, is right at 90 degrees. Obtuse angles go greater than 90 but less than 180. So they're between 90 degrees and 180 degrees. Okay, and those are obtuse. And then let's see. So the next one would be a straight angle, and a straight angle is actually right at 180. It looks like a line, but it has that endpoint or that vertex, so it ends up being a straight angle. So let's look at how to use a protractor to measure an angle, and we're going to do some constructions as well. All right, so let's see, what if I just have this angle that I'm going to draw? I have no idea what the degrees of this angle will be. This is my first example, and I want to measure it. So you take out your protractor, and this protractor is really old and all the numbers are wearing off, so hopefully you have a new one. This one has a weird little line on it. So what you do is you put your vertex right in the center of your protractor, and then you line it up, the line or one of the bottom parts of your protractor with the line here, and it looks like this one's almost right at 30 degrees. So look at the numbers, 0, 20, 30. We want to count up because that represents this part. We don't want to look at the 150. This is clearly not 150 degrees. All right, so be careful how you read it. These top numbers would be if the angle was the other direction. So this angle is about 30 degrees, and that's how you measure them. I have a little bit different one here. Oops, I don't know if I can show this one very well. So again, you line up your dot and you can see this one goes right through 30. Hey, I did a good job of just putting it right through 30. And this one I can see through it and see the 30. So either kind of protractor that you have should work, and that's how you're going to measure. What if I wanted to construct an angle? And let's just say I want one to be 30 degrees.